There's no intro for this one. Finally got caught up with my taxes and all. And other people have noticed, they say, "Hey, have you noticed you're at 127,000 subscribers like perpetually now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've noticed for the past couple months." And as you guys know, I'm not like, "Hey, comment, like, and subscribe." What do you guys unless I actually, we're trying to help out a client or something. Oh, if you guys got some expertise, please comment below. But I've always had comment, like, and subscribe. Um, and I'm thinking more long-term stuff where, look, if YouTube is fucking with the algorithm or whatever the technology, I don't have time to worry about it. I just don't. But it's weird where normally, okay, it's a slow but steady increase. My channel has grown very slowly, but it grew. And now I got to imagine the past 4 or 5 months, it's been nothing, just flat. I'll gain some, I'll lose some. I figure YouTube, Chad over at the Elkins accounting hours, like, oh, my subscriber count's going down. Like they do that. They get rid of fake accounts, which you want them to do. But man, it's just been like, what the heck is happening? And the only reason I'm asking you guys to do this for those who are tuning in, if you would kindly subscribe if you haven't, because I want to see if I can get up to 128. Not because I want to get to 128 for whatever magical reason. I want to see if, okay, are you guys subscribing? Is this working out? I'm at like 127.7. But no joke, I'll gain like 20 in a day. Oh, lose 25. And I'm not going to take the time to figure out I just don't. It's like, look, if I got to play these fucking games. Do you guys remember SEO optimization and tagging and all that? I refuse to chase a platform to optimize shit, right? I'm going to do the videos I'm going to do because I need to do them because I'm paid or because I want to. And things seem to be going well for a while. Last year was great. We broke through 100,000. I got my plaque. We're all having a good time. And then just like it throttled down. And again, not a conspiracy guy, but I'm like, that's weird. That's awfully odd. Was it done on purpose? Or did you just change the algorithm and I got to play dancing monkeys say popular thing about popular current event? Like I already do enough of that because I'm interested in it. But no, I'm not gonna talk about Nayla or Nyla. Dude, that's gotta suck, man. Where your podcast, you wake up and I gotta talk about this. Oh, no way. No way. I wake up and I want to talk about this. Here's something that's interesting. Anyway, all that aside, if I got to worry about this fuckery, yeah, I'll definitely be going to a different platform down the road. Inevitably, I already have a Rumble account and things like that. But just for my sake, and am I crazy here or what? So I'd appreciate it if you could kindly subscribe to Cappy if you haven't. I understand if you don't. I had a bunch of subscriptions. I had to purge them because I realized a bunch of them were just copying what the other ones were. Takes a while to cultivate and curate a good follow list. Also, you got 800 channels you're subscribed to. You listen to about 5 of them. So I'm like, all right. And then, as always, check to see if you've been unsubscribed. That was a thing a while ago. So I want to make sure that the YouTube algorithm isn't kicking you guys off because they think you're a spam account or whatever. So if you could do Cappy that favor, I'd really appreciate it. And no super chat. That's another thing. The super chats have dried up too. They have. Anyone got an idea? Must be a coincidence. No. The great. Yeah, no, that's well, that you're not wrong. The 3-0. What if I have been doing something wrong and I'm unaware? I'm like, yeah, put in the comments. Oh, I fucking hate this thing. Not spurgy, artarded stuff like, oh yeah, this is something bad. But I don't think I've really changed my format all that much. Could be. Could be. Could be. I'm sorry, man. Pick up security. Go work security. Thank you, Uncle. No, it's not the boomer intro. Mary Jo's Tiggo is 100. You got to subscribe to see Mary Jo's Tiggo Biddies. at the Subscribe Star, the Road Trip podcast. It's intentional, likely. I would never do that. Books are down too. Talk to old man Rollo. Book sales are down for everyone. No, it's weird. Something's happened, and that's why I'm trying to diagnose it correctly. It could just not be Google. It could be a younger generation is coming along, and they, especially when it comes to reading, they do not like reading long books. They don't. The last 500-page book I wrote sold horribly. The short ones sell better. So I think that's true. I think the younger people just don't have the time. I was also talking to roll a couple other influencer, podcaster, YouTuber types, and it could be that the red pill has served its purpose. We're not. Go back 10 years ago. Millennials were in their 20s, like right there where you guys are waking up and realizing you've been lied to. Well, now you guys are in your 30s and you know that. And the successive generation, the Zoomers now, who are in their early 20s and would have been the market for our books, they don't need it because, well, they've either read our books or the stuff is out on the internet and it's now spread as common wisdom. Because remember, the millennials didn't have the internet growing up. Kind of hit them when they were, how old were you guys? Like 10, and certainly not social media or YouTube. So the Zoomers, it's kind of like, go back, 15 years ago? 15 years ago, oh, you got a nagger, oh, don't, oh, you got to pass your shit test, really basic stuff. That's all basic common sense now. That's just, well, yeah, tell me more, Mr. 2004. So yeah, it could just be the market, and which is a good thing, because if younger men, and they are waking up, like, look, if you don't need our books, that's a good sign that society is going the right way. I mean, sales are a little down, yeah, but it's still good to see. Like, yeah, thank God these young boys aren't as confused. I'm just seeing if there's anyone else got some ideas. You think the financial aspect is just a concern about the economy, a possible slight recession? I thought about, the economy. I'd have to look at GDP figures, but Lord Almighty, you can't tell. But I think maybe inflation. Younger people just you can't afford the super chats, and I don't know why that would affect traffic though. I know buying books, that might have an effect on that, and it would have an effect on super chats, but it's free to view. So maybe it's something. I got to diagnose it correctly to know whether or not, is this something under my control or not? Because if it's not the algorithm, it's just natural disinterest because we know how to ride a horse and buggy now. Cool. We've done now we move on. But if it's the algorithm, and it's kind of like, okay, well, now we got to think about alternative platforms and things like that. Yeah, Jake, no, it could be. It could be. Which is good news, It's ideally after a war, the warriors go home, and then you find something else to do. I can't find what do you mean you can't find my books on Amazon? Just search Aaron Clary. Hang on, let me do this in a different browser. I do know the search engines they've been optimizing for faster results and AI results, especially on YouTube or Google search. The search engines have gotten shit. But let me try Google here. I don't care, Mozilla. I don't care that it's your birthday. I don't care. Aaron Clary, Amazon books. Aaron Clary books. There it is. Bachelor Pad Economics, Book of Numbers, Curse of the High IQ. They're all here. Yeah. Boris the Shitting Buffalo. Huh? How many do you get? Yeah. So it seems all right. Can't say, yeah. Here, the Homestead. Oh, hey. Subscribe to this guy's channel. He's good. Friend of mine. Google made some major changes to the algorithms. I've noticed some major changes with how my channel gets promoted or not. Okay. I'm inclined to trust this guy because you guys may not know this about the Homestead Consultant. He was one of these super geniuses that should have just gone to MIT. Like if they tested him correctly in school, they would say, oh my God, this guy needs to go work for NASA or something. Instead, he has plied his trade towards living off grid. And subscribe to his channel. He teaches how to do chicken coops, and the chicken coop poop goes down. It flows downhill. That's why you put the coop up top. It flows downhill into your garden. He made a really cool tree fort with a slide that I got to go down. It's worth it. I could tune out the algorithm. 56K. What, really? Come on, no. I do Audible, but being a millennial, I notice the younger generation is fully aware. You're right, Greg. It could be. It just be, hey, you served your purpose, and now you gotta go find the next chapter in life. What that's life. That's how it goes. Rollo's last book wasn't that good either. Which one was it? The religion one? I thought it was good. Different boat. Confused. No money. Rumble time. Yeah. I see Mozilla. Thomas Crown, 5 generous stars. Cappy, I assume that Bachelor Pad Economics and Reconnaissance Man are your 2 best-selling books. No, Bachelor Pad Economics and Curse of the High IQ. And then somewhere up there, second or Bachelor Pad is number 1. Somewhere up there between second and third, it goes between Curse of the High IQ and what's that? It just came out not that long ago. The Book of Numbers. Those are my 3 most popular books. And they've all taken a hit in sale. I mean, natural. There's a big jump in sales when you publish it. And then the recent ones have tapered off rather quickly. Whereas some of the old school ones you have your big bump, but they would just plateau for a while. I think maybe it's some bittersweet news. Maybe the culture war, the sex war is won, or at least the young boys are informed and they don't need. Now you still need financial planning. So Bachelor Pad Economics, I strongly recommend to get your financial act together. Even this upcoming book I have coming out, it's really not based on women at all. It's a return to purely economics. So that's fun. Yeah, Z. Yes, nope. Give it. I'm still waiting on 2 chapters from an editor, and she's busy with stuff. So I was going to say the 15th of this week, or this month, maybe the 20th. I'm half tempted just to go through and read it myself, but I'm so bad at editing. Women are so good at spotting mistakes. I approach this gal. I say, hey, you're female? Yeah. Like, you love finding minor petty mistakes of men, don't you? What do you want? I said, I got a book that needs editing. And she turned out to be like she loves reading and she's good. She is an outstanding goalie. She has caught these minor mistakes that I do a vodka filtering process. I'll have one person edit it, then I'll have a second person edit it, and then the third person edit. So, there's less and less things to catch, and it gets more and more purified the further down you go. And she's like the last goalie, and she's still catching stuff. And I got 2 editors above her that are good. And she caught these things. I'm like, damn, this gal's good. So I'm waiting for her to finish that up. And so that'll be it. And then is the menu the new way of life of living for us? It kind of forced to be, isn't it? You don't look. I don't want to say the wrong words. Nowhere in the history of the world have women been this disinterested in men. Some are interested. All of them are interested to a varying level. Some are very interested. But interest in men from women is at an all-time low. All right. That means that the percent chances of the style of living described in the menu is a significantly increased chance you will have to live that life. And since it's not a guarantee, you could date a lot more, ask out a lot more girls, put a lot more work into it, which I understand if you don't want to do because it's quite resource consuming. And the whole point of that book was half the girls are forecasted not to get married because, frankly, they plain don't want to. They have different priorities in life, which is namely school and education and finances and travel. Go look at the polling data, it's in there. Since half of you ain't going to get married, it's going to be a reality for half of you by forecasts. So you should prepare and have a plan B for what are you going to do if you don't have a family? What are you going to live life for if you don't have that? That's what the menu is for. So it's going to be a new way of living for some of you. I don't think the book is the title somewhat of a misnomer because it's called Life Without the Opposite Sex. Well, even if you're married or you have someone significant in your life, you should still be doing things in life. And I think it's a great bucket list, like like a starting menu of everything there isn't to do that there is to do in the world. you could fill up 70% of your bucket list going through that list. And it's not just a list. I mean, there's a philosophical reasoning behind each major category and item on it. So it's going to be a new way of living for some of you by choice, some of you not by choice, and some of you, you get really great and lucky. You're going to find a great person, and you're not going to get married because that's stupid, but you'll fall in love, maybe have family, and then you're going to say, "What should we do?" And then you're going to look at the book. It says, the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. Well, we have the opposite sex, and then I'm like, oh wait, I bet we could cheat. We could lie and say we don't have members of the opposite sex and read the book anyway and do what's in the book. And so I recommend that book of numbers. Thank you. What, really? Many of them left when you quit your overseas trip like a loser despite writing the Reconnaissance Man book? I don't know. I didn't see that much of a drop off because I went back and what was it? That was March last year, right? I'm looking at traffic on my blog, and it was up later that summer. So I don't think it was the overseas trip. Hey, Cappy, quick question. Your name mentioned a lot by PPP of the Keno Casino. Sure, I see that Ryan mentioned a lot. What? Purchasing power parity? Huh? Ryan Stone? No, I don't know who you're talking about. The Keno Casino, don't know. Atomic Dog, $10 generous. Think about a bachelor's in accounting when I get out of the military. Honestly, I don't need the extended education, but it's free. Also, he talked me out of doing political science or social science. Outstanding. Atomic Dog, why don't you email me if you've already sent me a super chat? Let me give you a discount if you're interested. Chad and I got that course called The World's Greatest Accounting Career. You may not even have to go get a bachelor's degree in accounting. I mean, if the GI bill is going to pay for it and you want to go to college, yeah, you don't need to go ahead and do it. But you may want to make sure you do it intelligently. You may not want to get a CPA. You may not want to go corporate accounting. And accounting lends itself very well to self-employment and remote employment. So I'm glad we talked to you out political science. I'm glad that you're going to have a job. Incredible live film. I do it live all the time. Greens from Florida. Hello. Who else brought the Keno Casino? I don't even know where the Keno Casino is. It's not the Boomer. I've had the Boomer intro. Although, you know what? You're right, Chronicles of Chadwick. I should go back and be scientific. I should go back and see what the intros are like when I'm at the peak, when I had the most amount of traffic and all that. People's Populist Press and their YouTube is Keno Casino clips all about internet drama. No, I never heard of them. I guess I'm glad I'm on there. It's okay I'm okay with the great one, so the intro doesn't bother me. I like the intro. Later, Claire. Let's go Hawks. All right. Well, anyway, thank you very much for everyone's insight. If you kindly would just subscribe, we got 173 of you here. If you have not done so already, I'd really appreciate it. And that's it. We'll catch you guys later. Toodles.